Listen closely. There comes a point in life when you stop asking, why don't they respect me? And you start asking a better question. Why am I giving them access to me? That question changes everything. Because disrespect is rarely an accident. Sometimes people test you. They watch how you explain. They watch how fast you respond, whether you keep showing up after they have shown you who they are. And let me tell you something I've learned through life, through discipline, through service, through work, through travel, through starting over, and through dealing with all kinds of personalities. Not everyone deserves a front row seat in your life. Some people only respect boundaries after they run into them. Some people only value your presence after you remove it. And some people will keep disrespecting you until you finally decide that peace is more important than being understood. So today I want to talk about 6 ways to handle people who don't respect you. Not with anger, not with revenge, not with drama, but with discipline, emotional control, and quiet strength. Because the strongest person in the room is not always the loudest. Sometimes the strongest person is the one who sees everything, says little, and moves accordingly. Let's get into it. Number 1. Stop explaining yourself to people committed to misunderstanding you. The first thing you have to learn is this. Not every moment deserves a response. When someone disrespects you, your first instinct may be to explain yourself. You may want to prove your point. You want them to understand your heart. You want to correct the story they're telling about you. But here's the hard truth. Some people are not confused. They know exactly what they're doing. They are not asking for clarity. They're looking for control. And the moment you start over-explaining yourself to someone who already decided to look down on you, you give them power over your peace. I had to learn this myself. There were times in my life when I thought if I could just explain my intentions better, people would treat me better. But maturity teaches you something different. Some people do not need more information. They need less access. When someone disrespects you, pause, breathe, let their words sit in the air. You do not have to rush in and clean up the room they just made messy. Sometimes silence says, I see who you are. And sometimes silence says, you are not important enough to disturb my peace. That kind of silence is not weakness. It's control. And when you stop explaining yourself to people who are committed to misunderstanding you, you take your power back. Number 2, control your face before you control your words. The second thing is this. Your reaction tells people where the wound is. Some people disrespect you just to see if they can move you. They are looking for the flinch, the tightened jaw, the raised voice, the emotional text message, the defensive paragraph. They want proof that their words reached you. So, you have to learn how to control not only what you say, but what you reveal. That does not mean becoming cold or emotionless. It means becoming disciplined. When someone says something disrespectful, don't let your face announce what your spirit is processing. Take a breath. Relax your shoulders. Slow your eyes down. Do not perform pain for someone who's looking for entertainment. This is not about pretending you do not feel anything. You're human. Of course you feel it. But emotional maturity means you do not hand every feeling to a microphone. You can feel something and still remain composed. You can be offended and still remain calm. You can be disappointed and still remain dignified. That's power. Because when people realize they cannot easily provoke you, they begin to lose confidence in their ability to control you. And once they know they cannot control you emotionally, they have to deal with you differently. Number 3, let your absence speak. The third way to handle disrespect is one of the most powerful. Remove your presence. Not loudly, not dramatically, not with a speech. Just step back. Some people have become too comfortable with your availability. They expect you to answer. They expect you to show up. They expect you to forgive quickly. They expect you to keep giving them the benefit of the doubt while they give you the same disrespect over and over again. But your presence is valuable. Your time is valuable. Your energy is valuable. When someone repeatedly mishandles your presence, absence becomes the lesson. You do not always need to announce your distance. You do not need to send a long message explaining why you're pulling back. Sometimes you simply stop volunteering your energy where it is not honored. You answer less. You visit less. You share less. You become less available to people who made the mistake of thinking you would always be there. And then something interesting happens. They fill the space you used to fill. They notice the silence. They start wondering why your energy has changed. But by then, you are no longer moving to get their attention. You are moving to protect your peace. That is the difference. You are not withdrawing to punish them. You are withdrawing to preserve yourself. And there is nothing wrong with that. Number 4, study people before you react to them. The fourth thing is this: disrespect reveals more about the person giving it than the person receiving it. When someone disrespects you, do not only listen to what they said, study why they said it. Who are they performing for? What are they trying to prove? What insecurity slipped out through that joke? What jealousy was hiding behind that criticism? What fear was dressed up as arrogance? When you stop reacting emotionally, you start seeing clearly. And clarity is a gift. Some people disrespect your discipline because they have none. Some people mock your ambition because your movement reminds them they are standing still. Some people minimize your growth because your progress makes them uncomfortable. Some people try to bring you down because your confidence exposes their insecurity. So instead of absorbing every insult, learn from it. Let disrespect become information. It tells you who can celebrate you and who can only tolerate you. It tells you who is safe and who is secretly competing. It tells you who respects boundaries and who only respects consequences. That kind of awareness will save you years of frustration. Because once you understand someone's pattern, you stop being surprised by their behavior. You stop taking it personally. You stop expecting honesty from dishonest people. You stop expecting maturity from people who feed on chaos. And when you stop expecting people to be who they have never shown themselves to be, you become free. Number 5, raise your standard until their opinion loses value. The fifth way is the one that changes your entire life. Become too focused to be pulled down. There is a level of growth where certain voices simply stop mattering. Not because you hate them, not because you are better than them, but because you are too busy building something meaningful to stop and wrestle with every person throwing noise from the sidelines. You cannot build your life and chase every insult at the same time. You cannot protect your peace and entertain every disrespectful comment. You cannot rise while constantly looking down to answer the people who are not even walking in your direction. So build. Build your body. Build your mind. Build your faith. Build your finances. Build your discipline. Build your craft. Build your confidence. Build a life so full of purpose that disrespect does not have enough room to move in. This is where people get it wrong. They think respect comes from demanding it. No. Real respect often comes when you become so grounded, so focused, and so clear about who you are that disrespect no longer changes your direction. People can talk. Let them talk. People can misunderstand. Let them misunderstand. People can underestimate you. Let them. Your job is not to convince everybody. Your job is to become undeniable to yourself. And once you know who you are, you stop needing every room to validate you. That is a powerful place to live from. Number 6, know when to make the clean cut. The sixth and final way is the hardest for many people. Know when to cut access completely. Some people will not change. You can be silent. You can be patient. You can be calm. You can communicate clearly. You give them chance after chance, and they will still keep on crossing the line because they never respected the line in the first place. At that point, you have to stop calling it misunderstanding. It is a pattern, and patterns are honest. When someone repeatedly disrespects you, drains you, belittles you, mocks you, manipulates you, and brings chaos into your life, you do not owe them unlimited access. You can forgive people and still move on. You can love people and still create distance. You can wish people well and still decide they are no longer healthy for your life. That is not bitterness. That's wisdom. The clean cut does not always require a dramatic ending. Sometimes it is simply a decision. I'm done explaining. I'm done shrinking. I'm done chasing respect from people who benefit from disrespecting me. I'm done giving premium access to people who treat me like an option. And when you make that decision, your life starts getting quieter. At first, the quiet may feel strange, but eventually that quiet becomes peace. And peace is expensive. Do not keep handing it to people who cannot afford to respect it. So let me bring this home. When people do not respect you, you have choices. You can argue, you can explain, you can chase approval, you can keep hoping they'll finally see your value, or you can become disciplined. You can control your reaction. You can stop over-explaining. You can remove your presence. You can study the pattern. You can raise your standard. And when necessary, you can walk away clean. That is how you build the armor. Not armor that makes you bitter. Armor that keeps you whole. Armor that protects your peace. Armor that reminds you that your worth was never waiting for someone else's recognition. So from this day forward, pay attention to how people treat you. But pay even closer attention to how you treat yourself after they show you who they are. Because the real victory is not getting disrespectful people to respect you. The real victory is becoming the kind of person who no longer needs to beg for respect in rooms where your presence should have been honored. So here's my challenge to you. Write this in the comments. I protect my peace, and I move with purpose. And if this message spoke to you, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who needs to stop explaining themselves to people who already know exactly what they're doing. And remember this, you do not have to be loud to be powerful. You do not have to be angry to be strong. You do not have to be available to be valuable. Build the armor. Walk with purpose. And never again hand your peace to people who do not know how to respect it.